Hi, I'm Suzanne Bonamici from Oregon's 1st Congressional District, and I serve on the Education Committee in Congress. So recently I shared a clip about the Education Secretary confusing artificial intelligence with A1 steak sauce.
System that's going to start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching.
And this is one of the many responses I got. This is the actual DEI hire. And then someone responded to that saying, oh, please call it a NEPO or nepotism hire. It is a hire based on personal qualities irrelevant to the duties of the position. Personal qualities including loyalty to the big boss above all, essentially the converse of DEI. And I tell you, that is correct, that this is what happens when people are hired for these high-level positions, not based on their competence or knowledge of the subject, but on their loyalty to Donald Trump. This is the most unqualified cabinet I've seen. In fact, it could be the most unqualified cabinet ever. We have a Secretary of Health and Human Services who doesn't understand science. We have someone at the Pentagon using a signal chain to share information that is putting our troops at risk. And of course, we have an Education Secretary who does not understand public education or what the Department of Education does. Another comment we got in response to Secretary McMahon's confusion about artificial intelligence, AI, and A1, which is a steak sauce.
We're going to have internet in our schools. Woo! Now, okay, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful?
Is someone who said, I will only accept A1 in our classrooms if we can also get Heinz 57. We need a diversity of condiments. What we really need is diversity of speech and thought. That's been true in higher education historically over decades. And last Congress, we had a hearing about the importance of diversity of thought on college campuses. In bipartisan agreement that that's important. But have I seen my colleagues on the other side of the aisle speak up and speak out against this administration's attempt to detain students and perhaps deport them based on their exercise of their First Amendment rights? No, we have not. And it's pretty outrageous. In fact, the Trump administration is even trying to dictate what universities, including private universities, can teach and how they teach. And that is outrageous. Our country was founded on freedom of speech, and we need to uphold those rights. Another comment we got is from someone who said, is the steak sauce going to be free or will teachers have to pay for it out of their pocket per usual? Well, I tell you, there isn't going to be any steak sauce. And what is happening now is not only is the administration not working to fund public education, they're trying to privatize it. Right now, they're trying to take funds away from public schools, funds that help particularly low-income students, our Title I programs, or the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. I know what that means, even though the Education Secretary does not. These are federal dollars that help level the playing field and help with equal opportunity for all students, regardless of who they are, their background, to get a quality public education. So instead of funding public education, they're taking funds away and trying to privatize public education. Not on my watch. So soon I'll be going on an education tour here in Northwest Oregon and speaking with students, with educators, with parents, with administrators to truly understand what these devastating cuts in privatization would mean to public education. So stay tuned for more.